As you can see now, we have joined the piece of track in between the points with no gaps at the contact areas. That allows us now to position these points and nail them in place. I will now set up the drill and do such. I've drilled all the nail holes for these points and now I'm going to nail them in place. It's very important. It's like building a house. The foundations of the house is the most important thing of the thing. Without solid foundations, the house will have a problem. The same with your train track. If you put the foundations of your track down properly and you lay it straight, even without any kinks in it, you'll have trouble-free model railwaying for a long time. I will now nail this tracks off as required. I like to put the nails approximately 100mm apart, and they have to be nailed either side of the sleeper. So both outside points of the sleeper has to be nailed. You can't just nail one side. And if you're not sure, then you can finish off these with a punch. And you can hear the sound it makes when the nail hits the sleeper. It actually changes the pitch of the sound when you're nailing it. You will hear that difference. I'm now going to lay the siding point in position. This time we use insulating connectors for one very important reason, that if you have engines parked in the point and the sidings, and if you do not isolate the track, it will run out on the track with the other engines. By putting insulating connectors in it, it allows you to put a separate power feed to each siding and a separate switch to each siding, which allows you to isolate and stop the train. This will make shunting in the long term a lot simpler process. You could have two engines parked in the track and have one running there, and you can exchange engines by using that switching system. I will explain the switching system later in the program. In the meantime, we're going to connect this with the isolating sleepers, and as again you see, we need to trim the side of the point to allow it to connect with the Stanley knife. It doesn't need a lot, it just takes a little nick and you should be fine to go. The next step now is to start laying the track around the radiuses. We've already trimmed the ends like I described before. With the track reasonably straight, you feed the two terminals together so the track pushes up like that. Now, gently bending the track, you can make it curve to suit the radiuses you require, as you see. When you bend the track, you'll notice that the two ends of the track on the curve are not even. I highly recommend that you do not try and join the next section of track with a staggered joint. You need to cut this position of the track square with the other one once you've nailed it in place. I will demonstrate that shortly. You can see that the curve of the track has a reasonable constant rate. You can see from this image that the 2 points of the track are not even. I have to now cut that across there evenly so we can join the new piece of track. You can now see with the use of the grinder, I have to cut the track square, ready to join on the new section. I will show you that